Daily hygiene has come a long way, from cold wash basins and vinegar to hot showers and skincare serums. In today's video, we'll explore the daily hygiene routines of women in the mid-19th century and how they compare to modern habits. We'll break down each step of a typical morning in the 1850s, explaining vintage tools, terms, and beliefs, and contrast them with what we consider normal today. Imagine waking up in 1853. You rise with the sun, not because of an alarm, but because daylight was your clock. Most homes had no electricity. Artificial lighting came from oil lamps or candles, which were costly and used sparingly. The first step in a woman's morning routine: emptying the chamber pot. Since most homes lacked indoor plumbing, chamber pots, ceramic or metal bowls kept under the bed, were used overnight. They were discreetly carried to an outhouse or privy to be emptied and rinsed. Then came basic washing. Instead of showers or bathtubs, a woman would use a washstand, a small table with a bowl and pitcher of water. These were filled the night before or fetched from a pump or well. Hot water was rare unless boiled on a stove. So, most women washed their face, hands, neck, and underarms with cold water and a linen cloth. In place of full-body bathing, women performed a sponge bath. One common practice was the use of vinegar and water to wipe the body. Vinegar, often apple cider vinegar, was believed to kill odors and cleanse the skin. Soap was used sparingly. It was typically lye-based, harsh, and homemade. Only wealthy households had access to toilet soap, a milder, perfumed version used on the face or hands. Hair was another major part of the routine. Brushing 100 strokes per day was standard advice, not just for grooming but to distribute natural oils, since women often washed their hair once every 2 weeks. Washing it more frequently was considered unhealthy and impractical. Shampoo, as we know it, didn't exist. Women used egg yolks, Castile soap, or even vinegar rinses. Dressing was not a quick task. A woman wore multiple layers: a chemise, the base undergarment to absorb sweat, a corset laced tightly to shape the torso, petticoats for volume and modesty, and finally, her day dress. Because deodorant wasn't invented until the 1880s, women used other methods to mask odor. One was the use of scented sachets, small fabric pouches filled with lavender, rose petals, or herbs. These were tucked into corsets, bodices, or drawers, the clothing kind. Perfumed handkerchiefs were also common. A lady could press one to her nose discreetly in crowded public areas. Menstrual hygiene in the 1850s was rudimentary. Women used rags, often cut from old flannel or linen. These were pinned into the waistband of undergarments and washed for reuse. This is where the term "on the rag" originated. Commercial menstrual products didn't exist yet. Discretion was vital. Menstruation was considered unmentionable. Even doctors avoided discussing it openly. Today, modern options include disposable pads, tampons, menstrual cups, and even period underwear. Hygiene and comfort have dramatically improved, and so has public awareness and education. Compare this with today's world: hot running water-scented body washes, a wide array of cleansers, serums, and hair care products, deodorants, perfumes, and air-conditioned rooms, privacy, convenience, and access to accurate health information. Where once women had to rely on folklore and home remedies, today we benefit from science, research, and technology. But understanding vintage routines helps us appreciate what women endured and how far we've come, not just in cleanliness, but in dignity, privacy, and self-care. If you found this fascinating, consider subscribing. We'll continue exploring the forgotten world of vintage hygiene and how it compares to modern life, with full explanations of every strange term and custom along the way. Comment below. Which part of the vintage routine surprised you most?